How's it going today? Today we're going to take a look at changing the front brake pads on a 2007 Chevy Avalanche. Um, for starters, the easiest way to get this done is if you have a father or an uncle or a father figure who's a mechanic. Just call them up and be like, hey, I need my brake pads changed, and have them come do it for you. If they don't return your phone call or answer or pick up, then you got to do it on your own. So we're going to take a look at these. Uh, as always, before you get started with the brake pads, you want to disconnect the battery terminals from the inside. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. You don't have to do that. There's nothing electric down here. We're going to go to take this tire off first. So we're going to use this jack that I bought from Harbor Freight a long time ago to jack up the truck. Pull this tire off real quick. So once you got the tire jacked up and the tires off the ground, you're ready to go. We're gonna go and put a jack stand under here though, because I don't want the truck to fall on me while I'm recording. It's gonna be really embarrassing when I upload this video. So we're gonna put a jack stand under there for safety matters, okay? Give me one moment. All right, so I couldn't find my jack stands. I think maybe someone jacked me for them. So I'm gonna use the crackhead method, which I learned from crackheads back in the day. Put a pile of bricks underneath the frame. That way, if the tire becomes off the ground, the vehicle stays lifted as well. The tire needs to be pulled off, but the vehicle lifted. Keep the bricks under there. So we'll put some bricks under there instead. All right, now that our hood jack stands are now in place, we'll go ahead and pull these tires off right here. So you could use an impact or cross tire on, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna use an impact because I'm lazy right now. But let's go ahead and get these this cover off first. So these covers are easy to turn by hand if you want to. If not, you can use a socket. Let's see what size we use. It's probably gonna be a larger one. Depending on the size nuts you have, you're gonna want to get a bigger socket. Some guys have big nuts, some guys have little nuts. Some ladies have big nuts, some ladies have little nuts. So it's all about what size you have on your vehicle. And hopefully I have the right size here. These are also picked up at Harbor Freight. Shout out to Harbor Freight. Always got cheap tools for me. There you go. Like I said, these first ones you could do by hand, which you probably want to do so you don't break them. Bust that little plastic nut right there. If you bust the nut right here, then you're probably gonna have to replace that whole cover. So you don't want to do that. Or ride around with your bare nuts exposed. Either way, it's not pretty. So do that by hand. Pull that cover off. There you go, just like that. All right, click. Now you have your raw nuts exposed. So get the right socket for that. It's too big there. It's a 24. So we'll go with a 22. Which, if you're a gun enthusiast, the 22 is like a child's gun. But there we go, right there. 22, we'll pull that off real quick. So let's go and get that impact. Also purchased from Harbor Freight. Hey, Harbor Freight, I'm just letting you know. If you want to sponsor somebody, hey, what's up? Go and plug this in real quick. All right. And then just go to town on your nuts right there. So the keen-eyed viewers at home will notice that I left loose nuts on there. It's because I don't like them getting stuck in the socket and having to try to get them out of the socket. So just do the rest by hand. It's not that difficult, okay? All right. So pull these nuts off. And then once you have your nuts in your hand, make sure that you put them somewhere. You always want to keep your nuts safe. This cover right here works great to place your nuts in. Then we're going to pull this tire off. So pop this tire off real quick. What a lot of people don't realize is this actually doubles as a seat. Just flip it over. Now you have a seat for working on your brake pads. Alright, so you can get into the vehicle, turn it so you can access all of this back here. So we're going to go ahead and do that here real quick. First I'm gonna wash my hands though, because sometimes my wife drives my truck and she puts her hands on the steering wheel. She's like, why are my hands all black all of a sudden? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Someone must have broke in at night and rubbed dirt on there. So I'm gonna go wash my hands. We're gonna spin this wheel to the right. That way we can expose this a little bit easier and get to it a little bit easier. So we'll be right back. Alright, so now that I have clean hands, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that wheel real quick. Alright, so that should do it right there. Got that wheel turned. So first things first, what we're gonna do, let me go and bring this camera right over here. That's my yard. Don't look at the dead spots, it's a bad summer here. Alright, so let's see how we can do that. That was, if you heard that noise, it was my pants against the tire. I didn't fart on camera. So, there we go. So we're gonna expose all of this here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna first and foremost, we're going to pull these here, undo these bolts right here, take off the caliper. Oh, let's see, that's usually what I do. Yeah, take the caliper off, and then we're going to press the brake. We'll remove the old brakes, press the new brakes on, and then slap it on there. So it's going to get a ratchet and some sockets for these bolts right here. You can see the second one. Let's see, there we go. Got one there. We got one here. Alright, so we're going to pull those off. That should release that caliper right there. If not, then I'll retake this whole explanation if I forgot a step. If I didn't, then you're going to hear me admit that I may not have done it right. But oh well, here we go. Let's go and get some sockets and some ratchets for that right there. So give me one moment and we'll get right back to this. Alright, so we've got some sockets and we got my ratchet here. Now, it's hot out there. You want to make sure you stay hydrated with some Pure Leaf sweet tea. Also, not a sponsor, but hey, what's up? Hit me up. Oh man, that is delicious. All right, so we're gonna take a look at that one right there. What do we got there? Nope, not enough. Let's see, right there. Nope, still not enough. Alright, what's gonna fit there? Nope. You see, I'm doing a lot of guesswork because if you're looking here, then you don't know what you're doing either. So it looks like a 3/4 inch socket to fit that right there. So put this ratchet on there. Now these sockets, again, from Harbor Freight, you can pick those up. The ratchet's a Craftsman, which means I stole this from my dad because I don't buy Craftsman tools because Harbor Freight's cheaper. But whatever you got, right? Alright, so you're going to want to make sure that you break this loose here. Ah, there we go. That was actually looser than or easier than I thought, so I almost fell. But and we'll do the second one down here. Now, an important thing to know is, can I zoom out more? Nope. Nope. All right. Let's see. So important thing to note here is that if you can't break this loose because your wrench is too small, you could always take the stick off of the jack that you have. Let's go and pull that here. Show you a real quick method I used to use back in the day when I was really weak. So, so you unscrew this pipe here, pull that bar out, put this bar on the end of your ratchet thusly, then you have a lot more leverage. So that way, when you're trying to break that nut free, you don't have to use so much strength. You can actually use a lot of leverage right there with that cheater bar. Shout out to my dad, he taught me that because I used to be really weak. So, we're going to pull these screws out here. It's very exciting. Pull that out there. And that caliper should release right there. You don't want to let it just hang anywhere. A lot of times I like to put it up here, kind of get it lodged in there so it doesn't fall, doesn't break that cable right there. And then you got your brake pads exposed. Take a better look at those brake pads, not the dirty truck. There we go. So this side was doing pretty good, but the other side was a little bit rough. So we're going to go and replace both sides though. So let's just slide right out. Still got a good amount of pad on here, but like I said, since the other one is showing some wear and tear, we're just going to go ahead and replace both sides. I will keep those though, just in case I need them for anything else later, which is how I do a lot of stuff that I don't need. You can ask my wife. So I was like, you don't need this. You never know. We might get a landline phone and we're going to need that phone cord. So I'm going to pull this out. And it should just come out pretty easily. This one's not. There we go. Alright, so take those two off. And then you'll see you have your clips here. You want to make sure those stay there. You don't start messing with stuff because you might mess things up. So you want to leave those clips right in there. Alright, so you'll notice that the caliper here, let's go ahead and put that up right there. The caliper here, you have these you got to push in. So we're going to get a tool to push those in. So give me one moment, I'll be right back. Alright, and we have our Maddox Superior Automotive Tools disc brake pad and caliper service tool kit, part number MF11-1 if you get it from Harbor Freight. Shout out to Harbor Freight again, who will one day be like, we're gonna put a cease and desist, you gotta stop saying our name. I'll be like, okay. Alright, but you're gonna smash these two. Oh, let's see. Can you get in there? There we go. Alright. Yeah, so we're gonna smash these two right here down. Easiest way to do that, you get your first part of the tool, second part of the tool right here, and then you want to get a cup or a disc that will press down on those at the right size. So you look here, it's about the right size there, so we're going to use that one right there. You can use a larger one if you'd like. Sometimes I'll use a larger one. In fact, we'll use a larger one today. So you're going to want to get this here. This should be facing up. Don't face that down, you can damage stuff. Face it up right there. This part right here, I'm going to slide over, slide down, and there you go right there. And as you turn this right here, it lifts away, and then this is going to, this what is this part called? We'll call it a thingy. So thingy one right here will press against these and push this disc down into here and separate and push your calipers back. So go ahead and put that there. It is magnetic too, so it should stick. There we go. Alright, so let's see. There we go. So we're gonna turn it, 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 turn it. In fact, you know what, here, we'll do it this way. This is a quicker way to do it, so that way you get it closer up here. Don't gotta waste a lot of time messing with it on your caliper. Alright, a little bit too much. And let's see. Alright, there we go. Alright. So you see it sits nicely right there. And then you just start using it. So as you twist it, start to push that down into the caliper itself. And again, leverage. If you're too weak to do it this way at a T, slide that out, let it be an upside down L, and then you can use the leverage better. And then you just want to smash that flat. Make sure it's as flat as possible. you know, like some white girl booties, flat as possible. You want that to be white girl booty right there. And if you're like, no, I have a white wife, she has a big booty, go ahead and put that in the comments and argue with me. That's cool. I got time to argue later on. So we're going to smash that there. Boom. Flat. White girl booty flat. Let's see. Right there. Bam. Look how flat that is. Alright. So then we'll adjust it for the next side over. That about right? That's about right. Alright. Cool. So that's about right. And then we'll just do the same thing. I'm holding it with my thumb. Let's try to keep it straight up. Okay, hold on. There we go. Alright, there we go. So on my thumb, it wasn't doing anything. So go ahead and start it again. Again, you want to get that white girl booty flat. Right there. Okay, sometimes the Hispanic women have flat booties too. So we'll call it white girl booty flat, sometimes Hispanic white girl booty. So make it as flat as possible. And then you'll be set and ready to put the new pads on. And then you just take it back. Pull that tool out. There you go. Flatter than flat. Set that down. And let's go get the new pads and put the new pads onto here. Just give me 1 second while we do that. Alright, so we got some new brake pads here. Duralast Gold ceramic brake pads. My apologies if you hate AutoZone. I enjoy AutoZone, so I get their products. Some of y'all might be like, O'Reilly's the best. Some of y'all might be like, Advanced Auto's the best. Some of y'all might be like, Western Auto. I'm like, hey, get with the times, brother. Alright, so we'll get the 2 pads. Now you can replace the clips if you want. It does come with new clips. Usually I just leave these on here. I think I'm gonna do that and leave them on. Maybe I'll swap them. Let's go and swap them. So this is the part I'm talking about. You can swap these clips. Earlier I said don't mess with them if you don't want to. You don't have to. But for the sake of YouTube, we're going to swap them clips out. Alright, so got 4 clips, they're all the same. So doesn't matter which 2 you use. It's gonna look all pretty. Just pop those out. Like that. Pretty simple. Make sure it's the same. Yep, it's the same. Alright, cool. And then just pop that back in. Don't scuff up your disc brake while you're doing that. Your brake disc while you're doing this though. I will tell you that much. Don't do that. So if you have a terrible hand, if you sucked when you played Operation as a little child, you may want to get someone who's better at that, so you don't mess up your stuff. But I have a steady hand because I've never done crack cocaine or methamphetamines, so my hand is pretty steady. So now we have on the new clips right there. And then we get our brake pads. So you see, this is the brake pad. The new brake pad versus the old brake pad. There is a difference in the thickness. So it wasn't too bad. Now, you're probably like, Sonny, how do I tell which one's which? I done forgot. That's alright. They make it easy for you. One is curved right there, and the other is flat like that. So if you look on the outside right here, I say that and I don't show you. If you look on the outside right here, oh crap. Alright, let's try that again. Sorry for my underarm hair there. Alright, so if you look on the outside, it's a curve here. And if you look on the back side, it's a flat bar there. So that makes it easy. Alright, so let's go on this back side here first. And we'll put that flat one right there. Flat bar, flat bracket. And that just slides right in there like that. Thusly. I just wanted to use the word thusly. It wasn't necessary. Alright, so then we'll take our brake lubricant. I don't know if you've ever lubed up before, but this stuff is supposed to it says use a wire brush to remove rust and debris from caliper guides. These are the guides. They're brand new, so I don't gotta do that. Apply grease to caliper guides, all metal to metal contact points. So you can bust this open, lube it up as much as you want. Let's see. They don't make it easy to tear open. Luckily, I have a knife on me, so if you got a knife, it always comes in handy. We need to lube up some stuff, so cut that lube open, and then apply it there. So it says to apply to the guides. I like to apply it right here, directly on the caliper. And directly on the caliper. Then you slide this baby in. Oh yeah, you want to take this off too. Take that sticker off. And then just slide this in here. There you go. Slides right on. Push it all the way to the disc. Because when you put this other caliper on, it's going to make it a lot easier. And you can do the same for this other side as well. So we'll speed this up, even though I'll be talking right now. Director's cut might have me talking. Who knows? Or I might not even speed it up. I don't even know right now. Alright, take this sticker off. I mean, not the sticker. Take this protective covering off right here. I mean, you could technically put this on in here. And then take that sticker off if you want. And I'm showing you this end because I'm having trouble getting the sticker off. Alright, so we got that sticker off. And now we shall put the caliper back on. Caliper goes on real sweet because we pushed them back. There we go. Let's see how sweet that is. Oh yeah, these you want to push into. You push those in. And actually, if you're putting your caliper on, sometimes you got to push them in by hand. Once they're on, put these bolts back in. By hand. Every time, start stuff by hand. You don't want to break anything by going too crazy with it. So start them off by hand. And wherever my ratchet went, put that back on. And you're gonna do this to the other side as well. Once you get this side on, you put the tire. Well, go back into the cab and turn your tires back straight. Turn your wheels straight. Put your tire back on. Take the bricks out from underneath the truck. You gotta remember to take the bricks out. You take the bricks out. Lower the jack. Once the tire's on, you're done. Go to the other side. Do the same thing. And then when you finish, you want to seat your brakes. You want to go inside of the cab and just start pressing on the brake a bunch of times. You want to take it for a test drive. This is what my dad taught me. If it's wrong, blame him, don't blame me. But kind of ride the brake a little bit, let it seat in there, and then gun a little, smash it, gun a little, smash it, gun a little, smash it. Carefully, don't hit no small children or puppies. If there's a cat that runs in your way, it's fate. But don't hit no children, don't hit no people, don't hit no puppies. And seat your brakes, and then you should be good to go. I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that y'all actually can replace your brakes now that I showed you this. Save you a couple $100. I don't know how much it costs to get your brakes changed at a dealership or an auto store. Or, I don't know, auto shop. But it's not that difficult. So if you need sockets, hit up Harbor Freight. They got them for pretty cheap, and they're colorful like that too. See, I like the colorful ones. Craftsman ratchet if you need it. Harbor Freight jack, Harbor Freight disc tool sets. But everything can be done for a pretty affordable price. My brake pads were $57.99 for the Duralast Gold, $1.99 for the lube, and so you could probably get it all done if you didn't have the tools, you didn't have everything. You might end up spending around 300 bucks, but then you can do it for 50, 60 bucks every other time that you need your brakes changed. So it's a quick and easy job to do. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I probably won't answer them because I don't have any clue about your car, but my car works out pretty well with this. But as always, thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.